Warning: this video contains flashing lights. This is the emergency broadcast system. The United States federal government is issuing a mandatory evacuation order for the entire northern region of Alaska. Anyone currently in the northern region of Alaska must evacuate south immediately. Avoid any unusual persons or objects that you may encounter. You have 72 hours to evacuate. If you do not evacuate, you will be considered hostile and may be shot. Evacuate now.
I am afraid. Have we made a mistake? What if the signal goes beyond what we know? Things beyond our comprehension. My God. What have we done?
Hello gorgeous people, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be going over an up-and-coming analog horror series called Arcadia. In this series, we learn about a bit of an experiment that was done in Alaska. After the experiment goes terribly wrong, the research lab explodes, and we come to learn that the consequences of this experiment may have actually doomed the entire world. In today's video, we're going to watch and go through every video in the series and see if we could piece together exactly what's going on here. This analog horror series is incredible, so be sure to go check out Chilling Abyss's channel, which will be linked at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. But alright, enough of me yapping, let's jump right in. Chapter 1. Welcome to Arcadia. Video 1. Deep Sea Live. Arcadia TV. 9:58 p.m. Up next, Deep Sea Live. Forest Night Hike. Sky Watching. Paid programming. We're watching Deep Sea Live today. Which I'm guessing is just a look at the ocean live on TV. Welcome to the highly anticipated premiere of Deep Sea Live. For the past few months, we've been working tirelessly to create an unparalleled viewing experience. Okay. Thanks to the generous support of our sponsors, the Deep Blue Foundation and Spectrum Innovations, we are thrilled to bring you an incredible, never-before-seen experience that will take you deep into the ocean's mysterious depths. I hope we actually do see something cool. Get ready to experience the ocean like never before as you peer through our new state-of-the-art camera, focused intently on the pit, a seemingly bottomless hole of unknown depths. The vessel is operated by a single individual who will provide captions for what you observe. Okay, so someone's inside this little thing with a camera. We sincerely hope that you enjoy this broadcast. Everything seems normal right now, except for the whole pit. It being called the pit kind of creeps me out a bit. 10 p.m. Enabling hydrophone. Okay, now we could hear too. Whales. Okay. Kind of sucks we can't see them. Alright, where's this gonna start to get weird? Dragonfish. Okay, I believe the dragonfish is a real fish, so as creepy as that thing looked, that apparently is normal for deep water. Damn, 10:31 and all we heard whales and saw a dragonfish. Okay, that sounded a lot bigger than a whale. Unknown. 10:43 p.m. I don't know of any fish that have glowing eyes like that. Question mark. (10:54 p.m.) Is something like hitting the submersible? Because it sounds like something's clanking on metal. System malfunction. Okay, something was definitely messing with it out of camera view. Light and sound gone. Attempting system reboot. Maybe it's time to head back up, bro. The light's kinda coming back. Recall the sub now. Come on, show me a glimpse of what it is. Please help me. Oh, this poor guy must be terrified. God. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Okay, so that was quite the interesting start. Basically, we're just seeing a live TV show of underwater, and it's honestly a cool concept. Like a live show just showing underwater, you know, underwater creatures and stuff like that, just stuff that you don't usually see all the time. Except that something does start messing with the entire thing. It seems like that person is probably dead at the end because it came running like at the camera. Let's try to slow it down now. It's the same thing with the glowing eyes. Okay, so you could kind of see here, it's not just this like face here, it's something bigger. It almost looks like it has like, I don't know, what would you call those? You know what ants have that are like, you know what I'm talking about? It looks like it almost has that. And maybe it has it on both sides, but the light's only seen on this side, because watch as we go closer and back. It's definitely something there with that. Either way, horrifying situation to be in. Jeez. I will say there were a couple companies named at the beginning of this. Deep Blue Foundation and Spectrum Innovations. I will note that down just in case. Usually when a company's mentioned, even if it's just like a one-off thing, they might end up coming back later, you know, working on some other thing that's a totally separate project. We'll keep that noted because you never know with these company things. But I have no idea where this is going to go because I don't think that this involves, like, I don't think that this is like an underwater analog horror. As far as I could tell from the way the other videos appear, it doesn't seem that way. This might be a one-off incident that's connected to something else. I guess we'll just jump right into the next one and see. Video 2. Mythical Creatures. Warning, while you may have been told by your parents that monsters aren't real, the truth is that they do exist and can cause harm. If you or someone you know has recently come in— whoa, hold up. If you or someone you know has recently come into contact with an unusual entity, please notify your local authorities immediately. Alright, so now we're jumping into a world where monsters are real in this universe where this is taking place. Midnight Safety Guide. Okay. Episode 4, Mythical Creatures. Alright, so we're missing a few, but I guess we'll start here. In recent years, a growing number of anomalous entities have been documented. Mythical creatures are among the more recent additions to the list. Okay. Mythical creatures can manifest in various forms, but a common characteristic is their humanoid appearance. They appear only at night, often concealing themselves behind closed doors or obscured windows. They will try to gain your attention. Staying quiet and still may prompt them to leave. May. However, once you engage with them, they become aware of your identity. Okay, let's be quiet and still. Don't engage.
Hello? Is there somebody there?
No.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
They will offer something desirable. It's important not to accept their offer or any items they present. Alright, hold up. Can you hear that? I think it looks like my mic is picking it up, so I think you guys should be able to hear that. I got like peak analog horror watching scenario right here. It is like thundering, lightning, raining like crazy outside my house right now. As good as it is for the vibe for me, like I'm getting like flashing lights on my window right here. If you guys hear it from time to time, you know what it is. I'll try to take it out in editing, but you might hear it here and there. If you refuse to accept any offerings, the creature may become increasingly hostile. Its physical form will begin to warp and decay over time. Oh, your door better have a lock on it. Oh, you're cooked. Okay, there's no captions, damn. It said something. I'll go back and we'll try to go through it again. If you survive for 30 days, the creature will vanish. 30 days? It will leave behind a strange marking. This is the creature's name. Okay. Only 3 instances of individuals surviving the entire 30 days have been documented. Wow, okay. So it's quite rare. And now you know. Oh, that's it. And now you know. Okay, so let's just run through all of the information that we just learned. So from the jump, they say that there's a growing number of anomalous entities that have been documented in recent years. So this isn't the only anomalous entity. This is one of many different things. But mythical creatures, they call these, are among a recent new one. They can manifest in various forms, commonly humanoid. They can appear behind closed doors or windows. They will try to get your attention. Now, if you give them attention, they become aware of your identity. So as we saw, this little girl, I presume, messed up by basically hearing it and then being like, hello, who's there? Can you hear me? Now, apparently they will offer you something desirable. Now, it's important that you shouldn't accept whatever they offer you, but if you refuse to accept, it will become hostile. So I wonder what happens if you do accept what it offers. Is it just another way to bait you into possibly killing you? Because it seems that if you don't accept any offerings, this thing will try to kill you anyway. But they do say that if you survive 30 days against this thing, its physical form will warp and decay over time. Although it is incredibly rare if you survive the 30 days, as apparently it's only been documented to have happened 3 times ever. They will also leave a strange marking behind, and if they do, this is the name of the creature. So I wrote these down just in case if we somehow do see these again, or if we do see any strange markings that are similar. Now, this thing does say something to the little girl. Let me see if I could turn the volume up here and hear what it says. I think it said, come on, your mother's in here, come through the door, which would make sense. I guess you'd probably be desiring your mother in that situation because you're scared. And then obviously it opens the door all the way here, and it looks kind of silly, but it does look like, I imagine these things are kind of small because they're using like this image to show them. But it does look very small. Its head looks very small, and it looks like it just has 2 eyes. And it seems like that it kills her pretty much, which is incredibly sad. But I guess now we know about one of the strange entities that will appear in this universe, and maybe it will appear again. We'll just have to see. But all right, on to the next one. Video 3. Arcadia Apology. We're deeply sorry for the delay in our response to the recent incident on Deep Sea Live. We understand that many viewers were frightened by what they saw, and we sincerely apologize for any distress that was caused. That's right, because I don't know about the last one, but Deep Sea Live was definitely broadcasted on TV. The incident was the result of a rogue employee who played a prank on our viewers. We have taken immediate action to terminate this employee and to implement new security measures to prevent this from happening again. Now we obviously know that's not true. We understand that Arcadia TV is a place where people come to relax and unwind. We are committed to providing a safe and enjoyable experience for our viewers, and we will continue to work hard to earn back your trust. We hope that you will accept our apology and continue to enjoy our programming. Thank you for understanding. Sincerely, the Arcadia team. This is just the beginning. There is more to come. But clearly that last video that we just watched is not true. I don't think it was a rogue employee trying to scare people. I genuinely think something came on camera there that maybe we weren't supposed to see, or that they can't even explain themselves. And to not cause mass panic, they decided to just be like, oh, you know, worker tried to play a prank. And then obviously at the end there, you see that the message gets taken over and someone actually does put a message saying this is just the beginning and there's more to come. So let's jump right into the next one. Video 4. The Crying Cave. What was that? Is that someone falling from the sky? A body was found near blank on July 19th. So that was a body. A folded missing persons poster and a video camera were found close to the body. Missing. Hold on. So missing Sarah Brown, Jack Miller, and Daniel Smith. 15, 13, 15. Last seen July 17th, entering the Crying Cave. If you have information, contact local authorities. Last seen July 17th and July 19th. Okay, so that lines up. The poster was for 3 teenagers who had never been reported missing. Never been reported. Sarah Brown and Daniel Smith, 2 of the missing teenagers, were found safe and sound with their families. Jack Miller does not exist. Interesting. 9:34 p.m. July 18th, 1988.
Hello?
$9:52. This must be the Crying Cave. $9:53. Okay, we're running away. Good idea. Good idea. Well, I see why it might be called the Crying Cave. 9:58. Is that the entrance? Oh, that seems like a incredibly deep hole. What? What about the body of the person? Did they identify that? There's the person falling again. Okay, so I think I have a solid theory already, but let's just go back over everything again. Somebody falls from the sky. Weird enough. Their body is found on July 19th. They're found with a missing persons poster and a video camera close to the body, which is presumably owned by this person that fell from the sky. And the missing poster is for 3 kids. 2 of them were never missing to begin with. And then the middle one, Jack Miller, never even existed. And then we get footage of what seems to be the person that fell, like their last recordings. And they're in this cave and they see some eyes, which could be the same eyes that we saw back in the Deep Sea Live video, or it could be something else. By the way, it scares them. They run and then they find this hole. Now the camera starts to bug out too when they look at the hole, and then they seem to fall in, and then it's a bunch of static, and then we see that's when the person falls from the sky. So the only way that this makes sense to me is if this person that fell from the sky is from some sort of alternate reality, and they went to the Crying Cave to try try to find these kids, maybe to try to find out what happened to them. Meanwhile, he somehow stumbled upon a hole that sent him into another reality, which is very similar to ours or theirs, but slightly different. And slightly different being the kids never went missing, and some people don't even exist in this universe of ours. Okay, so the person falling from the sky is falling from another parallel universe into the Arcadia, the universe that we're watching. But if I was to think of reasons why those kids went missing, if they were in the same cave, I'm sure they might have fallen through the same hole, and that's how they went missing and why they were so hard to find or whatever. But if that was true, then they would probably have also fallen from the sky just like this person, unless the hole in that cave doesn't always lead to the same place. Now that's just a theory, I'm just throwing that up in the air. But very interesting. Now we have some stuff going on in the deep sea, mythical creatures, and then now maybe alternate realities. So let's just continue watching and see where this goes. I feel like we're, you know, just like analog horror, they always like give you a bunch of videos and then later you're like, oh, I see how they all connect now. So we just got to go through this. We just got to take all of our notes and get everything together, and then we could put it all together like a puzzle. Video 5. The signal. Important notice, this tape is a reconstruction of events that transpired at Research Station Bravo in the Arctic from 1980 to 1983. The footage was scavenged from the remains of the station. There are significant jumps in time throughout the reconstruction, and some of the footage has been severely damaged or completely lost. Okay, so what we're about to watch is a bunch of events from Research Station Bravo, but what's interesting to note is that the footage was scavenged from the remains of the station, implying that things may not have ended well here. So, Dr. John Walker. Walker develops the first machine capable of sending and receiving signals from outside our universe. All right, so immediately tying into my theory of the last one. In theory, if a signal is sent out, other parallel universes should send out a signal at the same time. This will allow us to establish contact with a parallel universe and open a channel of communication. That's cool and all, but why? If it's a parallel universe, you know? 1980 Atom Laboratories. Booting. Booting complete. Initializing core systems. Loading EVE. EVPNG. February 3rd, 1980. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so sending out a ping. And someone responded. Establishing connection. Complete. Communication. $11:23 received. Hello, world. Wow. Sent. After a few days of communication, we decided to conduct the 3-image test. This test asks them to provide us with 3 images, one of nature, one of a dog, and one of themselves. Okay. So just to see if things are really that similar or different, we received the following images. Nature. Seems quite normal. Dog. Also very normal. Themselves. Okay. Everything seems cool here. I don't see a problem. Yet. Having passed the test, we proposed collaborating with them to enable travel between our universes. Okay. They agreed. Did we ever get the year of when the cave thing happened? November 26, 1981. Another ping. Another universe? On November 26, 1981, we detected a strange signal coming from a more distant parallel universe. Establishing connection. Ooh. Complete. It was a little harder to get a connection for that one. Communication. Hello? Are you receiving me? Yes. A little rude. They didn't say hi back. Are you human? After a series of increasingly bizarre exchanges, we decide to quickly move forward with the 3-image test. Yeah, things are already off from even just trying to connect to them. We received the following images. Nature. Okay, a little more dead, it looks like. Dog. Dead / deformed. Themselves. They didn't let me see the full thing for that. Connection to the world is immediately terminated. Just because they're scary looking? That's a little rude, don't you think? 3 years of cooperation with PW1 culminated in the completion of the machine that would connect our worlds. Wow, so it took 3 years of talking to develop a machine. The day finally arrives. Ready? Yes. It's 2 days before Christmas. 2, 1. Connecting. 0%. 5%, 10%. Okay, and that's the line. I guess whenever it gets there, be full completion or connection. Everything is good. Why did we stop? What is that? The other universe is trying to connect. It's trying to intercept. Come on, you're 97%. Stop the connection. It was going so fast and now it's slowing down. 98%. We can't stop now. %. I will stop it. Warning, system damage. Oh, it's too late. They connected. No. Error. Oh, nah. We see you. The doors to your world are open. Who knows what may enter? I think that explains everything, so let's go over it. So our guy, Dr. John Walker here, decides to develop a machine that is capable of sending and receiving signals from parallel universes. He sends out a ping and finds one other universe, and that's this universe here, which is called PW1, which I believe stands for Parallel World 1. So they get to chatting, things are real good, and they do the 3-photo test to just see how things are in their world. Nature looks good, dogs look normal, and people look normal as well. They decide that after the test that they're going to collaborate to do a device that travels between the universes. Now, at first, I said that this might be kind of stupid and pointless, because what's the point if it's a parallel universe? But I guess parallel universes are like slightly different. So, I don't know, maybe this parallel world has a cure to cancer, and that would be helpful to us if we learned from them to then put it into our world. So I think things like that it makes sense for, until another ping goes off, and it's from a universe over here which is named PW2. So communication with PW2 is just weird. You know, they say hello, are you receiving me, and they're like, yeah, are you human? Like, just a little bit rude from the jump, and even the connection was a little spotty trying to connect to them. But when they do the 3-photo test, things get even weirder, because, you know, nature's destroyed, dogs, I don't know, there's just something off about that. And then we get people, and now this image is obviously heavily blurred, but you could tell that just something's not right here. Something about them, they may still be human, but they seem to be different in some ways. So immediately after, they terminate the connection. They're like, nah, you guys are a little too weird, a little too disturbing. Let's just not do that. Let's continue with PW1. Then while attempting the connection to PW1, we see that PW2 decides, nah, we're intercepting this connection. And then that's when they realize that they can't stop the connection through the machine. So it seems like John Walker decides to maybe destroy the machine because it's a system damage. So maybe he physically tried to stop the machine from doing it, but by then it's already too late. They made connection, and it seems by accident it sends off another ping, and tons of other universes are shown now. It doesn't matter if we communicate with them or anything, because by the end you get a message saying, we see you, the doors to your world are open, who knows what may enter. So that could kind of explain everything we've seen so far. The weird creature in the water in Deep Sea Live, the mystical creatures, and even the cave thing. It all makes sense because these could be things from other universes, other parallel universes that are now coming into our own, because the doors are open. Now the question is it only our universe that has the door open, or did that ping that was sent out kind of show that like all these universes are connected now and it's possible to travel between all of them? And like a weird example of the doors being open could be like we saw for the Crying Cave, where there's just a hole in the ground, and when you jump through the hole, all of a sudden you're just in another universe. So that could be proof of that, and it could just be such random things like that that would cause a connection between the universes. But to see, I guess, the true falling out of what's about to happen, we'll just have to keep watching and see. Video 6. Interference. KTNA 7 North Alaskan News. Okay, so we're in North Alaska. Coming up, 6:29 a.m. Morning news, a holiday movie marathon. Afternoon news, a holiday special. Adam Laboratories. Looking beyond the stars. This is the same company that I believe worked on the machine to communicate. Fear of the unknown. The forest. Happy holidays, Arcadia TV. Alright, we're jumping around quite a bit here. Explosion in the Arctic. A late-night explosion in northern Alaska sent shockwaves through the region, with hundreds reportedly feeling and hearing the blast. The explosion was so strong that it caused windows to shatter and doors to rattle for hundreds of miles. Jesus. The explosion has also caused widespread television interference in the region. Some have even reported seeing a face in the static of their televisions. Okay, I see the face. Hello, world. That's what PW1 said to us for the first time. You do not realize the consequences of your actions. We will not interfere with what is coming. We will not help. This is not a warning. This is your death sentence. We will watch you suffer. Breaking news. The explosion reportedly originated from a research station owned and operated by Atom Laboratories. Okay, so it seems like this may have taken place 2 days later because there seems to be like a holiday theme going on in the television channel here. And if that's true, it's either the day after, like they're doing it on Christmas Eve, or they're doing it on Christmas Day. Either way, the whole connection thing where the connection went wrong happened on December 23rd. So this was like very shortly after. So the explosion was definitely caused from the same place. I mean, they even said it was from the laboratories. So we know why it happened. It had something to do with the connection going wrong. What confuses me the most about this is who the smile face is, because they immediately start off by saying hello world, which is what PW1 said to us, which was the kind universe that we were interacting with. But then they say, you do not realize the consequences of your actions. We will not interfere with what is coming. We will not help. It's not a warning. This is your death sentence. But this could be PW2 saying that. But it's interesting that they would cause the connection, you know, to break open all these doors and then be like, you know what, we're just gonna watch. We're not going to help you. But I think it'd be a little bit of a twist if it ended up being PW1 that was like, yeah, well, this is the consequence of your actions, so womp womp, you know. But it's just odd. I want to say it's definitely PW2, but what just throws me off is that they said hello world like PW1. But I guess we're all parallel universes and there's a lot of similarities, so it makes sense if they said kind of something similar. But then also, why would PW2 make a connection to us and then be like, we're actually not going to do anything and we want nothing to do with this except for watching? This just seems a little weird. But if PW1 was like, we want nothing to do with this, we're just gonna watch you suffer, this is your own fault, then I feel like that would make a little more sense. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think the smile face was PW1 or PW2? Or, I don't know, maybe it's even another outside force. But definitely interesting to see that an explosion happened and they're kind of speaking now with the people of the surrounding area. Video 7. Emergency broadcast system. EBS emergency broadcast system. This is the emergency broadcast system. The United States federal government is issuing a mandatory evacuation order for the entire northern region of Alaska. Anyone currently in the northern region of Alaska must evacuate south immediately. Avoid any unusual persons or objects that you may encounter. If you are north of Selawik, ALASKAN, or Fort Yukon, evacuate south immediately. have 72 hours to evacuate. If you do not evacuate, you will be considered hostile and may be shot. Wow. Okay. Evacuate now. With a time. A countdown. Okay, and that is the end of chapter 1 of the Arcadia analog horror series. Wow, what an incredible introduction, really. I mean, the storytelling in this is very elite so far, just the way that everything's presented to us. I like how they present very odd things super early on that confuse you. Like there's some deep sea thing, and then you're learning about mythical creatures, and then people going missing that don't actually exist. But then it all ties together at the end with the signal video, and you know, they're telling you like there's parallel universes, and things are now able to come in from those parallel universes, and they may be, you know, anomalous, and you may just have no idea what these things could be, and they could be literally anything, it seems like. And then now it seems that this whole thing originated in Alaska, and now the government is panicking to evacuate those people out of the northern region of Alaska so that they could, I guess, contain what's going on there. Now, it's very important to note, in the first few videos, I don't think we were given years in those videos. So this actually isn't true. I realized that in the Mythical Creatures video, we actually do get a year, and the year is 1992, which is way after the experiment happened in the signal video. So I think this just adds more to the theory that the signal caused these mythical creatures to appear. And we only got a year once we hit the signal video, which we know takes place from 1980 to 1983. So even the earlier videos that we watched in the series could take place, you know, 84, 85, 86, because that would make sense, because how would any of that take place before the signal video, before they actually opened a gateway to other alternate realities or alternate parallel universes? As far as where this is going to go next, I already see that the next video is called The Great North Alaskan Disaster. So clearly something really bad is going to happen there, but it seems like we're just going to be seeing how our universe tries to deal with this now, or what their immediate response is going to be to everything happening. Now, at the time of watching this, chapter 1 and chapter 2 is done, so we are about to go over all of chapter 2, but I just wanted to take a little pause break in between to really admire the series and say how much I enjoy it. Chilling Abyss, you were doing an incredible job. If you guys haven't already and you guys are enjoying the series, please be sure to go check out Chilling Abyss's channel. The link will be in the description down below. At the time of this recording, Chilling Abyss is at 8,000 subscribers, so if we could get Chilling Abyss to above 10k or even 15k, that would be incredible. As you guys already know, I rant about this enough on the channel. If you guys go and support these analog horror creators, we're likely to get more of these incredible analog horror videos. You go support them, it can maybe help them financially, you know, with more views and more support. So please, please, please be sure to go check them out. Link in the description down below. And also, I mean, if you like my channel, you know what I'm saying? If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe. You know, the subscribe button's right there. And also drop a like on the video if you are enjoying it so far. But alright, enough of me yapping. Let's jump into chapter 2. Chapter 2. Paradise Lost. Video 1. The Great North Alaskan Disaster. Alright, here we go. First video of chapter 2. Arcadia Home Entertainment presents. Oh man, I'm excited for this. In association with the state of Alaska. Such a fire intro already. The Great North Alaskan Disaster. Copyright 1990. Okay, so we're jumping forward a little bit, maybe. Notice, the following footage has been approved by the United States federal government to be used in this film. The footage has never been shown to the public. Until now. Okay, so this tape itself could have been made in 1990, but the events probably take place, I'm guessing, right after the last video. Wait, that was definitely John Walker there, right? That had to be. That looked very similar to the photo we saw. Part 1, The Catalyst. (1983, December 23rd). Okay, so when the connection happened. someone playing a video game in their room. And there's the explosion. Wow. Can you imagine just looking out your window and seeing that? A large explosion occurs at 10:28 in North Alaska. Moments after the explosion, a distress call was made. The following is an audio recording of the distress call. Let's hear it. Hello. Ian Parker.
Mayday, mayday, mayday! This is Research Station Bravo! Can anyone hear me? I repeat, this is Research Station Bravo! Can anyone hear me? This is... Can anyone fucking hear me? Hello? Is anyone out there?
Wow.
It's fucking time! What the fuck do I do? No, it can't be. He actually did it.
Come on, Ian, give me some more, give me some more. Sounds like he's crying. Part 2, evacuation. We know everyone had 72 hours, apparently. 1983, December 25th. On Christmas Day, too, man. Yep. Emergency broadcast system. This must be horrifying to be in North Alaska and then see this on your TV. The panic that must have ensued. The emergency broadcast system is activated on Christmas Day at 5:28 a.m. Wow, so people weren't even waking up opening presents yet. An evacuation order is put in place across northern Alaska. All radio and television stations broadcast the EBS message. Evacuate now. You have until December 28th at 5:30 a.m. The government drops thousands of flyers all over Alaska. Would 3 days even be too long, to be honest? The goal was to reach and inform even the most isolated people. Again, we don't really know what the threat is in North Alaska at the moment, but unfortunately this was quickly stopped when 2 planes mysteriously disappeared during their planned drop routes. Wow, okay. So they're even stopping from spreading the evacuation news. Forest fire. Many were able to evacuate, but others were not so lucky. Hundreds of people were still missing. When the evacuation was over, the government released a brief statement. Due to significant environmental hazards arising from an unforeseen event at a research facility in North Alaska, the region is now considered extremely dangerous. Entry to this region is now strictly prohibited by the foreseeable future. For the foreseeable future. I mean, I guess that's a good enough excuse, because you gotta tell the public something if you're doing an evacuation like that. Part 3, The Wall. 1989. So we're jumping forward 6 years now. Alaskan wildlife. Alaska's wilderness was once a pulsating heart of life, but the landscape has since changed dramatically. Today, most species find refuge in the southern regions due to the Great Animal Migration of '84. I wonder why they migrated. The wall. The construction of the wall caused the North and South to become alienated. That looks like quite a large wall, too. The wall stretches across Alaska and runs along the Canadian border. The wall is patrolled by the military. No one is allowed to enter. It is illegal to film or take images of the wall without government approval. Wow. So they're very strict on it. You can't even take pictures of it? It protects us from the unknown. Oh, I gotta know what the unknown is. I guess it's a bunch of just anomalous things in that area, but... Part 4. No title. No trespassing, turn back now. Someone's here at the wall. It's a lot of static. The moon? What's that dot? Okay, and that is it for the Great North Alaskan disaster. So let's just go through that again real quick. So on December 23rd, 1983, a big explosion happens in North Alaska at the research facility, and that happens because we were trying to connect to a parallel universe, PW1, but then PW2, another parallel universe, ended up intercepting, causing the system to malfunction. We tried to break the system, and it seemed that it revealed a bunch of other parallel worlds. They did say at the end of that video, the door is open now. So the question is our door open to every universe or just PW2 or PW1 and 2? I guess that's still up in the air. I feel like they were trying to tell us that we're open to like all universes now. And North Alaska may be like the main portal or the main doorway to these other universes. So the explosion happens. There's an evacuation. By the way, huge shout out Ian Parker. That voice acting, incredible. That was really, really good. It's voice acting like that that really locks me into these series and gets me hooked. But an evacuation happens, you know, they're trying to contact everybody, even people that are in the most isolated areas, because Alaska isn't just like a bunch of, you know, cities as far as I know. I know some people live way far deep into the forest or deep into the mountains over there, so it might be harder to contact some people. So they decided to drop thousands of flyers, and even that was almost stopped because apparently 2 of the planes suddenly went missing. So obviously if North Alaska is this bad zone, whatever they're trying to get the people away from obviously caused the planes to go missing. Now we know that there was a bunch of fires and stuff because we got that window shot of the forest fire, which could be caused by the explosion or could be being caused by other things in the area. Then the government just used the excuse saying like, oh, significant environmental hazards because of something that happened at a research lab, so we got to keep everyone out. But then they decide to build a gigantic wall at some point within the next 6 years. And they're super strict about this wall. They don't even want people taking pictures. They don't want people near it. They're trying to protect everyone from what's inside the wall. So again, my thought is that inside the wall is maybe all these anomalous creatures that we've been seeing. For example, whatever the hell we saw in Deep Sea Live, the mythical creatures, and who knows, maybe tons and tons of other crazy creatures or things or people even from other parallel worlds that are now just walking into ours through a doorway that was created in northern Alaska. At least that's my theory so far. I'm guessing throughout this chapter we're going to end up seeing truly what is on the other side of this wall. Just based off of this footage alone and what you get to hear, it sounds like something massive is on the other side of this wall as well. So it could be things of all different sizes, and that's why the wall is so big, to keep these giant things away from the public. But let's jump right into the next one. Video 2. Exclusion Zone Safety. Okay, so this one's interesting. In the description for this one, it says, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil." Last words of James, 1970 to 1989. That means whoever this person is, they die at the age of 19. Enter password. Alright, so we're on some kind of computer. That's a long password, bro. Incident report 231-283-6482. Date of incident October 3rd, 89. Location ALASKAN, Alaska. So I believe this town, again, I'm so sorry if you live in Alaska and you live here and I'm butchering the name to hell, but this was one of the towns that people were told to evacuate from in northern Alaska. Casualties: 1 male injured, 1 female missing. Injuries: Ethan Marshall, 34M. Amnesia: ruptured eardrums, fractured skull, 4 fractured ribs, brain hemorrhage. Chloe Marshall, 11, female, status unknown. 11? No, wait. 34M has to be the age, right? Oh, man. So poor Chloe. It must have been Ethan's daughter. Data transfer complete. Adam Laboratories. I believe Adam Laboratories was behind the whole research facility. Exclusion Zone Safety. Fishers. Employee training tape number 3. Red clearance is required before viewing. Chat, don't you worry. I'm gonna hook you up with the red clearance right now, okay?
Bulbasaur, 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 Bulbasaur.
There you go, chat. You know how this works. Once Bulbasaur blesses you, you got the clearance. So we're all good to go. Don't worry, you're not gonna get in trouble for viewing this tape. Welcome to Adam Laboratories. These introductory training tapes will inform you on the safety precautions you will need to take inside the exclusion zone. This tape will exclusively focus on the topic of fissures. Fissures? Fissures? Fissures. Fissures. If you have any further questions after viewing this tape, please contact your supervisor. Okay. Alaska map. Selawik, Alakakit, Fort Yukon, 1987. What are all those other dots? That's a lot of other dots. That's a lot of other dots. Wait. I just noticed that a red dot appeared over. All right, I gotta look up how to pronounce this. I was gonna try to just go without having to, but
ALASKAN. ALASKAN.
Alacaket. Okay, I did notice that a red dot appeared over Alacaket. What is a fissure? Fissures are a type of phenomena that only occur within the exclusion zone. But that guy looks injured. Fissures are extremely dangerous and can cause serious injury or even death. Okay. There are two types of fissures: stable fissures and unstable fissures. A fissure is what links our world to the unknown. I am gonna go back just because something did flash there. Incident report. Additional notes. Small traces of blank found in father's system, similar to John Doe in 88. That number looks like. Okay, so John Doe means like they can't identify the person's name. So this victim in this video that I guess we're about to see, and whoever John Doe is, had similar things in their system. What is an unstable fissure? Unstable fissures have very short lifespans. They generally only last for a couple of milliseconds. They are much more common than stable fissures and can appear up to a couple hundred times a year. It's quite a lot of times. What is a stable fissure? Stable fissures have much longer lifespans. They generally last anywhere from a couple of minutes to a few years. These are much more rare, with 15 ever being documented and only 4 active to this day. The oldest stable fissure is located at Ground Zero. It has been there since the beginning. I believe that they're trying to say that the fissures are basically these portals to these other parallel universes. And sometimes they're unstable and appear just for a few seconds, and then sometimes they last for a long time. And that would make sense if the one at the research station where this whole thing started would have probably the longest fissure. It's basically like a gateway. Okay, so we got some employee names here. Employee status: Site Bravo, Harold Bennett, Henry Jackson, Hubert Brown, Hudson Clark, Ian Parker, recognizable name, Isaac Scott, Isaiah Campbell, Jack Murphy, Jacob Thompson, John Walker, Justin Hughes, Carl Wolf, Keith Dunn, Conrad Weber, Liam Fulton, Logan Woods. Harold Bennett missing, Henry Jackson missing. Ooh, before it got to Ian Parker, I don't think it said if he was missing or not. How do you detect a fissure? You must always carry the electrostatic field detector with you at all times. EFD. In the event that the EFD is missing, you must look for the following signs that a fissure is about to strike. The first sign of a fissure strike is the overwhelmingly sense of dread or fear. Insects and animals in the area will go silent. The second sign is increased electrostatic activity in the area. You may notice the hair on your head begin to rise. Kinda like when lightning's about to strike, right? The third and final sign will be a strange sound coming from an unknown origin. Oh my god, wait. Once you hear the strange sound, it may be too late to leave the area. If my theory is true and they're talking about fissures and they're basically portals to these other realities or other parallel worlds, then that would make sense why in Deep Sea Live we heard that noise, because it was opening a fissure for something to come out, and that's what ended up attacking the guy in Deep Sea Live. And that must have been the same thing that we heard at the end of the last video when someone was near the wall. They probably heard a fissure open. Why are fissures dangerous? When a fissure strikes, it does so in a very violent manner. The eye. It will force the air around it away, causing a sonic boom. The amount of force a fissure can generate varies with each one. Corona. Anything within the corona, when the fissure strikes, will be transported and replaced with something from the unknown. Oh, wow. The most common injury when a fissure strikes are ruptured eardrums. At night, you will be able to see a brief flash that is created when a fissure has struck. A fissure has the ability to transport anything through what we call the abyss. Our universe. Abyss. The size of what is transported can also vary, but it usually is no larger than the size of an average human. The most common thing found from a fissure are small items. In more recent years, In more recent years, there has been an increase in biological entities. Never communicate with objects or entities. Never enter a fissure. You will not return. The data was correct. The area is expanding. Get everyone in the response program ready. Prepare to inform the public. Okay, so in that, we pretty much learned what's going on north of the wall. These fissure portals open, and when they open, if you're in the immediate area of one opening, you are basically transported to, I'm guessing, some other parallel world, and things from a parallel world are transported into our world, and they could range from anything. It could be random objects to actual biological entities. I'm guessing the biological entities is the part where it gets really thrown up in the air as far as to what exactly. But if you remember, PW2 showed us that their dogs don't look like our dogs. So there's a chance that that goes for all different types of creatures. And they might even have creatures that we don't have in their universe. But I think it's important for us to remember that there's two different types of fissures, the unstable and the stable. The stable stays around for a lot longer. The unstable only stays around for a few seconds. You can detect them using the EFD. Otherwise, you know that they're coming from a sense of dread or fear. Insects and animals will stop making noise, increased electrostatic activity in the area, and a strange sound from an unknown origin, which again, like I said during the video, the strange sound explains so many things that we've heard in the past videos. Now, it's interesting that it will force the air around it away, causing a sonic boom, because if you remember, when the research lab exploded, a lot of people in Alaska reported their windows shattering and their doors rattling from the boom of the explosion, and that must be because it was basically a giant fissure that opened when the research lab exploded, and that wave went all the way back. And I think it's also important to talk about how apparently the area is expanding. So now fissures might be opening up beyond the wall, and that's what we saw on the map earlier in the video with the red dot beyond the wall at ALASKAN. Like we saw here, we keep seeing the dots come further and further, and it would make sense why a dot ends up appearing here, because now it's going further out. It's going even beyond the wall. This area where the fissures are growing is expanding. Now, to further prove the whole thing about the border of these fissures expanding and, growing further beyond the wall, Ethan Marshall in ALASKAN had ruptured eardrums, and he had 4 fractured ribs, brain hemorrhage, and amnesia. Who knows how all those other things happened? Maybe it happened because the fissure opened up very close to him, or it could have happened just from whatever came out of the fissure. And as far as his daughter, Chloe Marshall, being status unknown, she probably got caught in the fissure and ended up going into another world in the unknown. I very much like this series because I feel like things are getting easily explained to us, but also using just a few clues here and there, we're able to figure things out, which is very nice. It's not too complicated. But all right, let's keep going. On to the next one. Video 3. Welcome to paradise. Now, even though we didn't find out who James was from the description of the last video, there's a new weird description for this video. And I looked, and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Now, again, if you guys have been around the channel for a long time, you probably know that I'm not super religious or know much about the Bible, but I will tell you that after looking at both of those quotes on the internet, apparently they are both from the Bible. So I guess that's just important to note for now. Arcadia software. Arcadia Software presents an enjoyable way to relax, cyber reviews. Fun for the whole family, games weekly. Alright, what is that in the background growing? An unforgettable experience, simply good games. The Farm, welcome to paradise. It spoke to me, unknown. The Farm, welcome to paradise. $59.99 plus tax. Arcadia Software's first entry in the gaming market, available soon on personal computers. Available while supplies last, merit order only. Wait, not responsible for serious injury or death. Why would a game result in serious injury or death? At least it's definitely a game, right? Yeah, it's saying PC, it's saying software, welcome to the... Yeah, it said gaming market. It's a game. Okay, interesting. I'm also thinking it's odd that the last quote, which they kind of tried to distract you with the game title, was "It spoke to me." I wonder where this is going to go. Tunnels were found beneath the North Alaskan wall today. Personal were also... I didn't get to fully read what that said. We'll go back. Midnight Safety Guide. Episode 3, Night Stalkers. Okay, we haven't gotten a Midnight Safety Guide. Oh. Curfew in effect. Lock your doors and windows. Stay inside your home. Have a firearm or weapon ready. Current time 9 p.m. Emergency services will be unavailable during this time. Curfew will end 8 a.m. Hold on a minute. Go back to this first. Okay, so it said personal documents were also scattered around, but the important part, I think, is at the beginning where it says tunnels were found beneath the northern Alaskan wall, which means that whatever was in North Alaska has dug tunnels under the walls and is now probably just roaming around Alaska, which is probably why this curfew is now in effect, where you have to lock your doors and windows, stay inside your home, and have a firearm or weapon ready. Why can't I say weapon? Weapon ready. And basically now from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. everyone's locked in their house. You're not allowed to leave, and if you do, it's kind of at your own risk because emergency services will not be available. That's insane and definitely dangerous. It's bad enough that the fissures are going beyond the wall, but now so are the things inside the wall. They're breaking out beyond the wall. Now it's interesting, we got a little tease here by the TV for Midnight Safety Guide Episode 3, Night Stalkers, which is probably another reason, if not the reason, why the curfew's happening, is because of these Night Stalkers. We already learned about the mythical creatures, which were like these weird things that visited you at night and kind of tried to torture you or end up killing you over time. But now we have Night Stalkers, which I can only guess they're stalking you at night. And that would make sense why you need a firearm or weapon ready. Now, as far as the whole farm thing, that part's a bit confusing to me because I don't understand how a game is going to be involved in all this, but it seems that we're about to find out because the next video is called The Farm, and this video is also the last one and finale for chapter 2, and it's also the longest video by far in the series. So here we go, let's jump right in. Video 4, The Farm. Interestingly enough, this video has captions, and I believe they're made by the creators, so we are going to keep them on for this video. And also the description for this one says, "Beware of false prophets." 1980. Oh, so we're going back even before all the events. Ian Parker.
I am afraid. Have we made a mistake? I've gone over the scenario in my head, over and over. What if the signal goes beyond what we know? Far beyond our estimations. Continually traveling the endless abyss. Forever. We knew about the possibility of it happening. We took the necessary precautions. But still, it is a non-zero chance. We would be inviting things that could bend our reality. Things beyond our comprehension. A single reply. There's a reason only one world answered. The others... silent. They are hiding. They are afraid of what lies at the edge of the abyss. My God. What have we done?
Warning. What an intro. The following footage has been declared a severe cognito hazard. Okay. I've actually gone over this before in Dr. Nowhere's videos, but we'll go over the definition of cognito hazard again. Cognito hazard. An image, pattern, sound, or any other kind of sensory signal that directly causes harmful or undesired psychological or physical effects to one who senses or perceives it. So basically something that we either hear or see in this video may cause us psychological distress or will actually physically affect us. Now, don't you worry, as usual, you're watching this with me, so nothing will happen to you. You're going to be okay. And just to make sure you are, you will get the Bulbasaur blessing again.
Bulbasaur, 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 Bulbasaur.
There you go, now you're all good, no worries. The viewing of this footage will cause severe psychological damage. Continued viewing of this tape signifies the acceptance of this knowledge. You have been warned. I don't even know what we're about to see, but I'm excited. Congratulations. Due to your high mental resilience, you've been selected to participate in an exciting experiment. What happened last time we did an exciting experiment? What happened last time? We have developed a machine that allows us to record footage of what you see. Before widespread adoption, we need to conduct a few tests to validate the new technology's effectiveness. You will be the first to test this new revolutionary technology. Exciting. You are scheduled to undergo surgery for the implantation of a small device in your brain. I don't know if I signed up for all that. This device reads the visual information that your brain receives and sends it through the machine for processing. Alright. Oh no, take that needle away. The conversion process takes a couple of weeks, therefore it's crucial to document what you see for future comparison. Safety procedures. Isolate yourself. Done. Isolating yourself is key to staying focused and preventing unnecessary psychological damage to others. Turn off the lights. I would do that, but then you guys wouldn't be able to see me. Turning off the lights will help reduce the visual hallucinations in your peripheral. Wear headphones. Done. Wearing headphones will help muffle the auditory hallucinations that may occur. Control your fear. Controlling your fear is what will keep you alive. It can become stronger when you are afraid. What is happening in this video right now? Remember, you are the messenger. I am the messenger. The questions are written in the notebook in front of you. Nah, how did they know I had a notebook in front of me? Document all your observations and the answers you receive in this notebook. Our country and this company thank you for your service. The Farm, recorded October 1992. Duration 4 hours 38 minutes. Severe cognito hazard. Footage contains first contact with blank. The entity resides in... Not today, buddy. The entity resides in a something video game called The Farm. 294B is tasked with asking for pre-written questions. So there's an entity trapped in the game. Okay, interesting. So is it just trapped in this specific version of the game or all versions of the game? I'm not even trying to play it up for the video. I really thought I just saw something like in my peripheral vision. I don't even know what that was. It looked, I don't even know. All right, hold on. Maybe I should turn off the lights. Maybe I should really maybe that's my sign. They did say if you don't turn off the lights, it'd be harder for you to not be able to distinguish between the hallucinations. All right, we're locked in. I suggest you do the same. Put some headphones on, turn all your lights off, make sure you're alone, and let's try to conquer our fear here. Session start. The Farm by Arcadia Software. Is this going to be the same game that we saw like 3 videos ago? A loud buzzing pierces the darkness, dragging you from your sleep. You squint your eyes to see the faint red glow of an alarm clock. Turn off the alarm. Okay, so you're given a text at the top and you could type to respond to whatever the game is asking of you. The constant buzzing of your alarm clock finally ends with a satisfying click. You slump back under the covers, staring at the faint patterns on the ceiling. A strange feeling stirs within you. The animals. They are hungry. Jesus, that scared me. Finally. I have been waiting. Who was waiting? You are standing in front of the barn doors. To the right is the cornfield. To the left, you can hear the animals. Open the barn. Error, command not recognized. Open the barn doors. For 17 minutes, subject 294B repeatedly attempted to open the barn doors. We questioned 294B's reasoning for doing this. They describe feeling as though they are physically standing in front of the barn doors. They feel an urge to open them. System error. Not gonna lie, I'm actually scared right now with the lights off. After a long day, you finally lie your head down on your bed. You think about what tomorrow may bring. You are ready. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? The cries of thousands. I still remember. Critical system error. Critical system error has been detected and the system is shutting down to prevent damage to your computer. The system will automatically shut down in 10 seconds. Subject 294B suffers a severe seizure. After recovery, Subject 294B is overwhelmed with fear of continuing. We warn Subject 294B that if they do not continue, they will lose their chance for societal integration. They reluctantly agree to continue. Societal reintegration? So they would have like kept them isolated from people? Contact. That wasn't contact just now? Would you like to continue? Yes or no? Yes. Do you hear that? Something is wrong. As you begin to turn, something catches your eye. You notice something in the cornfield. I don't see anything. I think we could go back. Turn off the light. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I can hear it moving. I know why you are here. I warn you. The knowledge you seek will change nothing. There's a forest. Where did you come from? I'm from a world similar to yours. It was lost to the abyss. I heard the signal. I entered your world. I have been here ever since. I didn't like that. That looked like inside someone's house. Are there more of you? Yes. More. Many more. The others are weak. What is that? What is your purpose here? I am observing. My new home. You are not the first. You will continue the cycle. What does he mean by that? Before they arrive. Subject 294B begins to scream uncontrollably. Before we are unable to interpret the session, 294B censored. Welcome to paradise. You have forgotten. No one believes you. Your blood has been tainted by the abyss. I know your true value. You will play a game. A real game. If you win, I will answer your final question. You will be free. Let's begin. Okay, here we go. What's the game gonna be? Oh, wow. Alright, well this is definitely the same game, if not a similar game to the one we saw on the TV, right? like a few episodes ago. Okay, look at what's in the house. Come on, 294B. At least if that's who's playing still. I'm guessing this is still 294B. Wait, what did that say? I heard I can't remember my name. Oh my god, chat. What's the one game that looks just like this? Is it Faith? Ian Parker. I am not the one to fear. Your role is not over. This world will become the vessel. Ask the final question. So we've been doing this whole thing as Ian Parker. What are you? I am no longer human. I can take any form. I initiated the cycle. I created the first signal. You know who I am. I have so many questions there, and I'm afraid I'm going to struggle to actually explain what's going on here. So I think it's important to note that Ian Parker at the beginning says, like, there's a chance that we send out this signal and we end up attracting things to our universe that are just incomprehensible to our mind, things that are just so far out there that we just would never know how to deal with them or how to stop them, or it's just a terrible idea because of the unknown outcomes of what we're doing. And I think it's obvious that that is what happened. I mean, now we've opened up our world to an endless amount of possibilities that are both positive and negative, but as far as right now goes, mostly negative. And we get to see that when it seems like in this game is one of these like anomalous entities, I guess we could say. And throughout the whole thing, we're told that we're like subject 264B or something like that. But then at the end, when speaking to this entity, to this thing, it says Ian Parker. And it says to Ian Parker, like, listen, your role isn't done here yet. There's still more to go. You're going to be key in all this. So it seems like Ian Parker is kind of like our main person for the series, at least right now. We know that he definitely worked on the actual construction of the whole machine that connects connected and opened up our universe, and we know that he was doubtful of it. So it seems like if anybody's gonna fix it, it could be him eventually, to fix it at least. Now, as far as the thing that he's talking to, he says, "What are you?" at the end, and it says, "I am no longer human. I can take any form. I initiated the cycle. I created the first signal." So if that's true, then wouldn't that be Dr. John Walker, right? That was the guy that invented the machine in the signal, who we learned about. We did see him a little bit in this chapter at the very beginning, but I'm just confused why he's speaking to him this way. He also says that he's not the one to fear. If I was to guess anything, if it's true that this thing is John Walker, maybe because he was so close to the first initial like reaction of all this, like when the machine connected to the other universes and when the explosion happened, maybe something differently happened to him. It changed him into this being that's almost above humans now, where he can take on any form, and it can even go into video games, I guess. But it's interesting that he says, "Do you hear that? The cry of thousands, I still remember." There's just so much weird talk in this one and weird imagery. For example, we're seeing this forest here, like what's up with that? Then later on we see like this doorway open, and it looks like this is someone's foot here. Or no, that's 2 feet. It's like someone lying on the ground. Now we know that he had the urge to open the barn doors, but he couldn't ever get them open. Was it this creature that was behind the barn doors? But then I feel like no, because I feel like the creature was also in the cornfield. I'm just so unsure of what to think for so much of this. It also says this world will become the vessel. The vessel for what? There's really just so many questions as to where this could go next. Now, I do want to say I have I guess a couple of rough ideas as to what may go on next. Now, that was chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 1 was kind of introducing us to the whole concept of the series, being the, alternate universes and the whole signal, the initial event that caused everything. Chapter 2 seems to be like the initial fallout of everything that's going on, like how they're dealing with it, the disasters that came up, how they're trying to wall off the area and protect the public, but it's not enough. And then at the end, we get to see just the extent of what can happen with this. I mean, with this thing in the computer or in the game, which might be John Walker. Still not even totally sure about that. But I would guess that in the next chapter, we could see more of exactly what is coming out of the fissures, or even more of up close of the fissures in action. And we could even maybe see Ian Parker's attempt at trying to stop all this, or maybe working on a way to try to fix things. But I think this is just the beginning. I think things are going to get a lot worse. Now, I'm not sure if we'll ever get like a direct mention from Parallel World 1 or 2 again, like if they'll ever actually come into contact or anything. We do know that one of them, presumably Parallel World 2, said that they're not going to interfere. They're just going to watch us suffer as the consequence of our actions. Then there's also the mention that this world will be the vessel. The vessel for what? Like, our world has a special purpose, but why? I guess we're now connected to everything that is in the abyss, or everything that's outside of our universe. So what could happen? I don't know, I'm just throwing ideas out there. Could we possibly have all the universes converge on each other into one? I mean, I don't even know what this could mean. Now, another interesting thing that I want to point out that I didn't point out earlier, when we saw the moon at the end of the Great Alaskan Disaster, it was such a brief thing, but you'll notice that there's this dot here, and we never really get explained as to what that is. Now, fissures on maps and stuff were like kind of represented with dots, it looked like. But why in space? Why so far from the zone in Alaska where this happened would something be in space? You know, it's just a little odd. And to double down on that weirdness, Chilling Abyss's profile photo for the YouTube channel is basically the same thing. I'll just show it on screen here so that you guys can see it. I'm not sure if Chilling Abyss just thought that was a cool profile picture, or if that's a significant hint as to something going on in the series. I really don't know. I'm really not too sure. But if you guys have any ideas yourselves, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your theories or your understanding of what the last video was. I do have to say, this entire series overall is incredible so far. The story is nice and easy to follow, but also if you pay attention to the very tiny details, you get more out of it, and you could kind of help to predict, or at least try to make theories as to what's happening next, which is my favorite thing to do with analog horror series. It's always nice when they kind of like sprinkle stuff to you so you could try to figure out your things yourself. And also, the visuals are amazing, always. They're nice, presented, very believable. I'm very much in the analog horror atmosphere when I'm watching them. And the sound design of nearly every single video that we watched is incredible. It almost feels like we're watching like a movie when we start every single one. The way that it hypes you up, the way that the sounds and just everything overall is so well done. Now, I did say it earlier in this video, but this channel is at around 8K subscribers right now, Chilling Abyss's channel. So if you guys could please go in the description down below, go and sub to Chilling Abyss's channel, subscribe to it, watch some of the videos, like some of the videos, go enjoy them for yourself. You might find something that I didn't. They also have videos for all the sounds and music used in the Arcadia series, so be sure to go listen to that as well. But if we could get Chilling Abyss's channel to, I'm just gonna throw it out there, 20K subs, which I think they deserve far more than that, but I'm hoping that we could at least do that to help them out. That would be absolutely incredible, and I'd love to see you guys do that. Chilling Abyss's channel link will be at the top of the description down below for you guys to check it out. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. But alright guys, I think that's the end of this video for today. This is my first video back after a while, and I really hope that you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit 1 million subscribers before the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.